Hello and welcome to another Monday Marvel Heroes Midtown Madness stream of streamingness. I'm here, and as always, I'm just going to wait a little bit just to make certain that everything is working. Seems like things are good. Look at that. We are good to go. We are rocking and rolling. As with the last few weeks, I'm still working on my Cosmic Beast here, which is very exciting. Last time I played, I finished up Nick Fury. I got him, our newest hero, and just did a quick level 60 leveling with that. So very exciting, very exciting. And I apologize, I'm just waiting for my laptop to reboot here. But effectively, we've got Midtown Madness going on. We've got a lot of really cool, big, exciting things with Marvel Heroes itself going on. So some pretty cool stuff here. I believe right now, I think I'm level 55 with Beast, if I'm not mistaken. So essentially just like going through and moving and doing and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I'm done with the story mode, so I'm kind of out of luck as far as that leveling is concerned. I've literally done everything that I can up until this point because I can't get into Hightown to do that part of the story yet, which is a tragedy. Hey look, Rev's here! And Retro Zero! Holla at you both! How was my weekend? My weekend was, it was okay. It wasn't great. It didn't set the world on fire, as they say. But, it wasn't bad. I got to relax a little bit, which I desperately needed. But yeah, just sort of hanging out. Quality time with my coworkers and zombies. No! Although there was an emergency alarm on one of the incubators, which is very exciting because it went beep, 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 beep. It was, oh yeah, watch out, boy howdy. These are the exciting times we live in. And Retro Zero here. Well, both of you are here, and that's awesome. I hope that you guys had good weekends. Did you all do anything fun and or exciting? I personally didn't really do anything exciting. It was just sort of meh. I did actually play a decent amount of Marvel Heroes. I did a lot of farming in Lower Asgard to basically try to level up a little bit. I managed to get, I want to say it was only like 3 or 4 levels, something like that. It was not very much. But, man, freaking Cosmic. I don't understand how you guys do this. It's ridiculous. Ha! Rev, you are a terrible, terrible person. You're terrible. I did see that, though, that it was like back up and running after, what, like a day and a half or something like that, or even less. It's like barely anything. It was pretty funny. And everybody is just all confused. But we don't politics here, you guys. We don't politics. Because politics makes brain hurt. And we don't want brain hurts. We all just got off work, okay? We're trying to chill. You cannot chill, by definition, if you're, like, sitting around trying to brain. Awesome. I needed some more of these. Because you can never have too many shield supply boosts. No, the biggest news from my perspective, well, not biggest news, but some of the big news that I wanted to talk about at least was this announcement for this so-called Marvel Heroes Omega. I know, Rev, I know that you haven't really been playing, and so you might not be in on it, in the loop. But this is their new announcement, and it's essentially everything that we thought was going to happen with Marvel Heroes, and that is the infamous console release. It's coming at some point. We don't have accounts that cross systems. The initial console release is not actually going to be the full game. It's only going to be part game. So if you've got an account you've been working on since beta, you're not going to be able to transfer anything. And it's going to have like separate founder pack and all that kind of stuff. Did I buy United Airlines stock? No, I did not. Yeah, I was essentially doing the same thing, you're Ronin, just wandering around Lower Asgard. Essentially, the only reason I'm here in Midtown right now is just because it's Midtown Madness, and it's pretty good XP. Although being in Lower Asgard is arguably probably a little bit better. Maybe not much better. United Airlines. Oh, jeez. You all are ridiculous. Wait, what? What's broken? How is the Twitch chat broken? I'm so confused. I don't see anything broken about the Twitch chat. I'm so confused. You can type to it, but you can't see it? That's weird. That is an interesting breakage there, Euronin. After I spend a little bit of time here, I'll probably just head over to, what's it called? What is this? Ooh. Here, let's do Magneto real quick, and then I'll head into Lower Asgard. I mean, essentially when I get to Lower Asgard, I decrease it down to green. Right now I'm on red difficulty. So I go to green just so I can make sure that I can fight everybody efficiently and just sort of hang out there. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm seeing your chats, Euronin, so no worries there. But I don't know why you wouldn't be seeing them. That is a very, very strange thing. And you know what? You guys, I was sorely, sorely tempted to get Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 over the weekend. I was like, I was this close, I swear. I was almost going to do it. And then I was like, no, I got to save money. And then I was like, but Danny, it's only $25. And then I was like, no, bad Danny Brain. Stop it. Stop justifying purchases. I had to replace some stuff on my bike too, so that cost me like $40. Okay, well, I didn't have to get it, but I will eventually need it. Buy it during the summer sale. That's kind of what I figured too, because they're getting ready to release Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity or Infinite or whatever they're calling it. So you know it's going to be on pretty good sale with that. That's what I'm hoping anyway, because I really do want to get it. It's like the other day when I got to play MVC2, I was just like, whoa. I was so disappointed though, because even in Ultimate, it's like so many of the heroes are gone from MVC2, and I was like, what the fudge? Like numerically they have almost the same number, but it's essentially like they got rid of so many of the really popular heroes from MVC2. And I was like, what the fudge? They do still have Tentacle Dude though. Bleh, 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 bleh. Like Shognagroth or whatever his name is. I don't know. I read Cthulhu Mythos. Alright. So like I said, I'm going to head into Lower Asgard now. Just for the sake of relative ease. Speaking of relative ease, we've got the what's it called? Ukulele is going to get released tomorrow. I don't care what Jim Sterling says. I'm still excited to at least try it. I don't know how well it's going to go, but I'm hoping that it's at least halfway decent. I know that I'm going in with like full-on nostalgia glasses, but I don't care. Yeah. Well, again, I see it, Euronin. I see you asking, how about now? But either way. Oh yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. It's like they have Tentacle Dude. That's what I was saying. It's good. I'm glad that they do. But they got rid of, like, I think they got rid of Juggernaut. They got rid of Colossus. They got rid of freaking Cable. I loved Cable. They got rid of Cyclops. I'm just like, how do you do that? Like, those guys are awesome. They got rid of freaking Mega Man. Like, how can you play Marvel vs. Capcom with no Mega Man, you guys? It's just, it's like, it's broken. It's a broken game. It makes no sense. No sense, I tell ya. I am Setsuna. Never heard of it. What is it? Is that game? I am Setsuna. The Google knows everything. Ooh, it looks artsy. And it's Square Enix, really? How have I not heard of this? Looks pretty decent. I am a fan of JRPGs. I really am. I've got the what's it called? I literally have a game for the PS3. Well, okay, I have like two, but the only game I've ever really played is the something no Kami. It's the White Witch thing. I can never remember the name. But I've got it, like, it's on my shelf right here. It's been years since I've played it, but it's literally one of, I think it's only 2 or 3 PS3 games I have, essentially. Because I got a PS3, I didn't even really want it. I mostly got it to use as a Blu-ray player. And then I was like, oh, there's this cool RPG that I can play, so I got the RPG. But everything that I wanted was being released on Xbox, and I was more Xbox. But either way. Oh, Jukercha, you're so mean. You're a terrible person, Jukercha. I do not approve. Team Zero may cry. We don't talk about Injustice Gods Among Us. But no, it's true. Like, Marvel could very easily populate like 3 or 4 fighting games. Like, really easily. I mean, DC did it themselves. Plus, they had that weird, crap, I can't words. The weird Mortal Kombat crossover. Ni no Kuni, that's the one, yes. It's like Wrath of the White Witch or Curse of the White Witch. I don't remember what it is. Something of the White Witch. But it's literally like, it's literally one of 2 games that I have for PS3. I honestly don't remember what the other one is. Now I'm curious. White Knight Chronicles 2 is the other PS3 game that I have. Literally, I have 2 games. Danny does not like playing Injustice. Danny does not approve of that plan. It's just so ridiculous. You guys know I'm just bad at fighting games in general, but that doesn't mean I don't enjoy playing them on occasion. Like, I've got the what is it? It's like Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 or something like that. I don't remember. I've got Street Fighter 4 because I picked it up, I think, as part of a Humble Bundle thing. The Naruto one was always really fun because it's like the big giant open arena style fighting, so it's pretty cool. I actually really enjoy that one. And plus it's Naruto. And they actually have a pretty decent character selection. It's not nearly as vast as like MCV, but still. Even like Ultimate MVC3 has something like 54 characters, I want to say. Something like that. Yeah, we all know that mobile games don't count. It's not real. But no, it's ridiculous. as always, I can't wait for the Steam Summer Sale. Although I worry because during the summer I always get less work because I can't do like some of the extra work that I have, and like my YouTube stuff always tends to drop down a little bit. Not that it's ever really that high, but still, it's just really unfortunate. Oh yeah, we all know that mobile games and the pay to win, pay to play thing is the way to go. I mean, for crying out loud, Candy Crush literally makes like $1 million a day. I think was the it was an official figure. I don't know if that's still accurate, but literally $1 million a day to put colors in sets of 3. Like, seriously, why did I not think of that? It's ridiculous. So Ronin, as far as I can tell, this is the big thing I wanted to talk about, is this whole Marvel Heroes Omega thing. It's that, from what I could tell on the forums, they're not stopping hero development. The problem that I'm seeing is that they're pulling away from endgame content. And that's more of what I'm worried about. Because as it stands, it's been a while since we've had real, honest endgame content to use. And now it's going to get even worse, because the problem is there's going to be more money in consoles, because they're going to have a much wider audience. And the whole point is that they are now catering the game to a console-oriented audience. That's just the way it is now. So people like us, the veterans on PC, are essentially going to take a back seat. And it's really unfortunate. Saint Seiya. Can't say I've heard of that one. I see there's a lot of like the Dragon Ball Z ones, and I've debated about getting one of those at some point. Just because, I mean, it's Dragon Ball Z. But that's like the Budokai Tenkaichi 1875 Ultimate whatever edition. Fighting game numbering systems make no sense. Let's just go with that. But either way, the Marvel Heroes Omega thing, it's a focus on consoles completely. I want to say it was PS4 and Xbone as the main ones. I don't think they're looking at a Switch release, but that's where they're going to be focusing on now. Yeah, it's just, and I mean, one of my problems. I mean, first off, I don't have a proper console system to even play it on console. But the other big problem for me is that even if I did and I wanted to play on console, they're not doing a transfer of old data. So like my account here is going to stay as a PC account. I would have to restart from square one, literally, if I wanted to play console. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. But most people have seen this coming, including myself, since they started doing the whole the controller support, like the official controller support. Ever since that happened, it's just like, well, it's only a matter of time until they take this from PC. That's, I mean, it's where there's more money. Let's face it. That's what they're after, and frankly, I don't blame them. I think it's what they need to do to stay afloat. I mean, Blizzard isn't going to try to make WoW into a console game because it just makes zero sense for them for that game. But for a game like Marvel Heroes, it has functionality as a console game. It's just unfortunate because that means that PC players, I mean, we don't completely get shafted in the deal, but it's pretty close. and it's unfortunate. Hey, +3 strength, sweet. I've gotten decent luck on my pet rolls recently. It's pretty nice. Gonna keep the one that gives me extra XP. Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat right now. I just wanted to go through this real quick. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I worry about too, Euronin. The thing is, they didn't specify everything about the content that was going to get ported over. So, for example, like the social aspects and things like that, that might be a little bit tough. I mean, games like Final Fantasy and things did that, and obviously it worked reasonably well for them. But it's freaking Final Fantasy. You know, it's tough to not get Final Fantasy to sell, regardless. So, yeah. That kind of makes sense. But something like this on console, a little bit of a tougher sell, especially if they're going to try to do raids and things like that. I don't know how well it's going to work. It might, don't get me wrong. But it's, from my perspective at least, it's tough. I know that they got to have a good campaign thing. And it's kind of funny because right now I'm helping to write up a grant that involves a lot of outreach for to get new users. Now it's a scientific thing, right? So it's a relatively, we're talking about a pretty small group here, but at the same time they're pointing to like a YouTube site that has like 8,000 lifetime views in, I think it's something like 3 years. They've got right around, it's like 100 videos and a total of 8,000 views and like 50 subscribers. And they're trying to spin this as a positive. And I'm like, guys, come on. This is ridiculous. You can't, like, even in the niche market of data science, that's a pretty small audience. Like, come on. Come on now. And look, Spespy is here. Holla at you, Spespy. And that's kind of what I was wondering too. I'm like, I don't understand completely the move to console. The only thing I can think of is if they leave the whole free-to-play thing and have, like, you know, a $20 game that has microtransactions to get the characters and stuff. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe altering the Eternity Splinter system so maybe you can't get them at all and just going straight microtransaction. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they could do. I'm sure that they've got all sorts of plans for it, though. It could be like a subscription-based one as well. I don't know. It's an interesting thing to think about. Frankly, I don't know. Also, honestly, I don't envy them trying to make the decision. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be like, what the fudge about it. Because for me, really, Beast, really? For me as, I mean, not a forever PC player, but as a pretty long time PC player, I'm kind of like, what the fudge, you know? This is, like, it feels kind of like a shot at us who, you know, spent thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep the game active, keep the company afloat and functioning, and now it's just like, okay, bye. You know, the veterans are getting less and less attention and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I agree, Retro. I agree. I can't see myself doing that. And I don't think it's even because I've gotten used to it as a free-to-play. I think it's just because the nature of the game style itself. Like action RPGs, in general, you don't think of subscription. You know, MMOs, that's a subscription fee that you pay. But ARPGs, no, it's just it's a different design. It's meant to be completely different. Like you're supposed to have the pay for, the cosmetics and stuff like that. Whereas the whole point in MMOs is that the cosmetics tend to come from stuff that you farm, stuff that you get, stuff that you earn after playing for hundreds or thousands of hours. Whereas in this, like, yeah, we get these awesome items, but it doesn't do anything for us, essentially. And I think that's the thing is it's simply trying to tap a new market. That's really all it is. They're thinking that they're going to get. It's not necessarily about migrating veterans over. It's more about attracting new players. Just like the giant campaign for the MH 2016 rebranding, it's the same thing. They're not trying. Well, at least with MH 2016, they did a little bit in terms of more endgame. But this particular thing with MH Omega, they're not here to appease people on PC and get them to move over. They are trying to get brand new people in well, it's not a new medium, but a different medium entirely. That's really what it's about. And that's what I mean. Obviously, we don't have access to the raw data. I mean, I would love to get my hands on some of that and mine the crap out of it, because that's just the kind of stuff I love to do, and it's also my job. But at the same time, I'm sure that they've got their reasons for it. And I mean, let's face it, it's going to boil down to dollars and cents, regardless of where the decision comes from. They have reasons for doing this. And for veterans, it may not be the most palatable reasons, but the company has to think about its long-term well-being. And that's what they're doing. It's just unfortunate because it means that long-term players like myself, and, I mean, we got Retro, we got Rev in here. I mean, Rev's already stopped playing. Retro, I don't know how often you play. And same thing, Jukercha. I see you on relatively rare occasion. But you are on, once in a while at least. And, we've been talking about, I just pulled up the window here, the social aspects, not great in this game. There's really not an incentive to do anything sociable. You don't get any real bonuses for it. The friends list is kind of meh at best. It's just not very well done. Oh, that's right. You had mentioned that. Retro. I apologize. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, when you start having the silencing of dissidents, it's never a pleasant thing to be in. But I mean, there's only so long that you can say doing it for the betterment of the game and all this kind of thing, because, like, let's face it, it's still a reasonably fun game, and the fact is I still play it, and by and large I still enjoy myself. I really honestly do. But at the same time, I play a lot less. I haven't spent nearly as much money in the last calendar year that I did the calendar year before that. These are factual, objective metrics. And that's just the way it is, essentially. I've moved to other games. Well, not fully moved, but I've played other games. I've done other things. And I remember back in the day, not when I first started streaming, but relatively soon after I started, I had asked people, I did like an informal poll during one of my streams where I asked everybody, what would you guys think about me streaming other games? And I remember it was Rev specifically who said, that would be cool as long as you still stream Marvel Heroes. I remember that because, like, and I was thinking the same thing at the time. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to be like a Marvel streamer and it's going to be awesome. And to a great extent, I still am. I really am. This is a large portion of what I still play online. But when I play other things, people are like, yeah, sure, whatever. That's fine. I don't know if anybody watches me very specifically for Marvel Heroes. I guess there's probably like 2 or 3 people, like a small handful essentially, but not very many. Not very many. New RAM is always exciting. I need to get some new RAM. Well, I don't need to. Just like I don't need an SSD. I would like to have an SSD. That would be freaking awesome. But I don't need an SSD, strictly speaking. You enjoy me enjoying stuff? Well, thank you, Joker-cha. Thank you. Even though I suck and I'm a total noob. It's like on Saturday, maybe I'll play some CSGO. What it seems like I need to do is I need to take Breath of the Wild off the list for like a week or so, because whenever I put Breath of the Wild on my polls for what I'm going to play, it always wins. Down guards for free XP. Awesome. I will be sure to do that. Thank you. Ugh. I mean, essentially Lower Asgard is where I'm going to be living for, oh, who knows how long. I've got a tragically long ways to go before I finish up all of my prestiging here. Like, Joker-cha, you and Rev, I don't know how you guys did this. This is in the end, it's downright impressive. Like, let's be straight here. This is impressive. Falcon. Who cares about Falcon spray paint? I don't even care about Falcon as is, much less a spray paint. And of course, we got the Steam Summer Sale coming up soon. Oh man, you guys, it's gonna be brutal. I want to buy all the games. So I hate it, but I love it. Where I've got the what's it called? I've got well, I don't get it, but on occasion I'll buy the Humble Bundles because you know they're so cheap, you guys. And there's so many things that you get. It's just ridiculous. There was a Humble Bundle that I don't know if it's still active. It was active a couple of days ago, but it was for like a bunch of PS4 games. And so I was like, what the fudge? What am I supposed to do with that? Doesn't work. I can't roll with that. It did literally no damage to him. I threw a freaking statue at the guy and it did nothing. It's ridiculous. Pray with you? No. Gotta find some downed guards, because they give a lot of XP. Incidentally. Well, since there's a couple more people, I hope that you all had good weekends and you have a fun week ahead of you. For those of you who are celebrating, happy Passover, because Easter is coming up at the end of this week. Fun fact, I was listening to a story on NPR on my way home today. And they were actually talking about the kosher grape juice market, because you can't give wine to children, so instead they give them grape juice. But if it's during Passover, it has to be kosher, And Welch's is the biggest grape juice producer, but the regular Welsh grape juice is not kosher, and so they started a new line of kosher grape juice. And they were selling it for like 50 cents for 64 ounces just to try to squeeze into the market, essentially. It's pretty ridiculous. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, being able to get the fountains is always nice. I know that there was a down guard somewhere in this like general vicinity. I don't remember exactly where though. Sell bacon juice. Do not rethink that plan, Ronin. The world needs bacon juice. And it's called bacon grease, and it makes delicious pancakes. Incidentally, I read another article about making perfect pancakes. These are the kinds of things that I do during my commute. Mostly because I've been on a diet, and so I'm like always hungry. Although I'm often always hungry. Which is why I always say, after my stream, I got to go eat. It's like, I have to do one of two things. I either need to go eat, or I need to go to work. Because that's essentially what I do, is I eat and work. That's pretty much it. That's about the size of Danny. Ugh. I am a big fan of waffles. Though, oh man, that's a tough call. I don't know if I'm more of a pancake or a waffle guy. I mean, I will tell you, there was this place that I used to go to back when I was in school. They made the most amazing pecan waffles. Oh my god, they were to die for. Were so delicious. I actually have a waffle iron. I have not used it in a very long time, mostly because of the carbs. And it's a travesty. I hate being on a diet. I love carbs. They're delicious. Stupid diet ruins everything. Makes me unable to eat all the deliciousness. Waffles are pancakes with abs. I love it. Waffles are just pancakes that are swole. They just spend a few extra hours at the gym. But no, seriously, like some pecan waffles, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. So delicious. I mean, like, waffles are designed to have a bunch of syrup poured over them. It's like, that's what you do with them. That is their intended purpose in life. That is why they exist. It's like Mr. Meeseeks exists for a single task, and existence is pain. The waffle's existence is pain until it is eaten in a glorious vat of deliciousness. Oh, so for your Ronin, the waffle is the forbidden fruit of breakfast foods? Waffles are a brunch thing because they should be enjoyed leisurely. I approve of that logic. I approve of that logic. But no, okay. Show of chat hands. Who here is a fan of Brinner? I am a fan of Brenner. Personally, I am one of those people. I love myself some Brenner. It is the most amazing. Rev, you have a waffle with eggs Benedict and a mimosa? Dude, you're gonna die. Like, you're gonna die happy, but you gonna be dead. Like, legit. You will legit be dead. I'm sorry to break it to you, sir. But it's a fact. Excuse me. Yuli Brenner? What? No! Brenner! It's breakfast for dinner! And it's amazing! Because you get all of your breakfast favorites, but at night. And it's awesome. You have eggs and pancakes for dinner. And it is amazing. Oh, okay, the brunch thing once a year. That's not nearly as bad. That's fine. SOS is great for dinner. SOS? What is SOS? In the context of breakfast foods. I'm guessing it's something and sausage? Something over sausage? Something about sausage? Something omelet sausage? Oh yeah, I've always heard it called Brenner, Euronin. Just because I mean, it's like brunch, you know, it's breakfast, lunch. And Brenner is breakfast, dinner. Same thing. Creamed chipped beef over pancakes? Good God. That's a heart attack on a plate. A delicious heart attack, don't get me wrong, but a heart attack nonetheless. But I'm just saying, we all gonna die. I love that. You save all the civilians and you get a piece of epic equipment for a level 50 hero. Yeah, like my dad, he's one of those people where, oh, down guard. Whenever he whenever St. Patrick's Day rolls around, he does the whole corned beef and cabbage thing, like all out Irish. Like corned beef and cabbage with a Guinness, and then like a tumbler of Jameson afterwards. It's pretty awesome. I myself am a fan of making some Bailey's ice cream. I make a mean Bailey's ice cream. Oh, it's so good. I'm just good at making ice cream in general. But Bailey's ice cream in particular, oh, man. Woof. Oh, that's something special. Freeze it just right. And it is amazing. Irish coffee. I have heard tell of this infamous Irish coffee. I don't drink coffee at all, so I've never done it. And honestly, I don't know anybody who regularly drinks Irish coffee. I honestly don't. And I guess that's a good thing because it means that I don't have a bunch of alcoholics for friends. But at the same time, I don't know. Oh, sea salt ice cream. That is something good too. I do chocolate sea salt ice cream. Oh man, with some dark chocolate. Oh my god, it's delicious. Oh, it's so good. Just the other week, I made a German chocolate cake with an orange infused whipped cream. Oh my god, it was amazing. It was so good. And who is that? Trey119. Trey119. That name does not ring a bell. Welcome. It's good to have you on the stream. Hello, hello. It's always nice to see new folks. So, who was that? Was that you, Trey? Trey, thank you so much for the follow. Great to have you on the team. We don't have an official team name. We've been working on it for years, but nothing has felt quite right. So hopefully at some point we'll have an official team name for my streams here. Okay, so Rev, when you do Irish coffee, do you do like the semi-traditional Irish coffee of like the Baileys in the coffee, or do you go like hardcore and do like just whiskey and black coffee? Like what's your occasional Irish coffee? Because most people I know who have even spoken about it have just talked about using Baileys, not like straight up whiskey. And again, I don't drink coffee at all, so not only do I not have a preference, but I honestly don't know one way or the other. You do both? You crazy motherfucker. I hope you don't do them at the same time, because that would be pretty nasty, bro. Team Danny Clintons. See, like I said, we do not have a good quality team name. We have a bunch of lame team names, but not good team names. Prestige thing to blue. Nice. Congrats. Well, how many heroes do you have so far, Trey? What do you think of the game? How long have you been playing? You're depending on how long you've been here, you're potentially coming in at an interesting time because the developers are getting ready to release the game on consoles. So that's been the big topic of discussion today, is what everybody thinks about that. Because it is an intriguing thing. You've been playing for 2 years. Okay, well, even so, what do you are you familiar with the whole Omega thing, the whole Marvel Heroes Omega thing, with the console port? And to make hers with just Bailey's. Are you serious, dude? You're like inside of that? Yeah, that's looking at the forums. That's been the biggest issue that I've seen as well, Trey, where it's just kind of like, what the fudge? Like, why can we not do a port? And I'm sure that there is some relatively reasonable technological reason for it, but as we've been talking here today on my stream, the guesstimate is essentially that the developers are primarily trying to focus on getting new people rather than transferring people over to console from PC, which in a big sense makes, I mean, it's reasonable. Like, I can understand why they'd want to do that, why they'd rather have new blood than try to transfer old blood, but still. Oh, okay, so you're not super deep into it, but you've been playing a decent while. Well, and that's the thing, is that it takes a certain kind of mentality to really, really, really be in a game like this, to truly have that going on. And the fact is that I'm kind of nervous with the console release, because I honestly don't know that most console players are gonna want to do that. Like, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know how things work. And I mean, obviously things like Path of Exile and Diablo 3 and stuff like that were pretty successful in in the console releases. So maybe Marvel Heroes is going to be the same. I don't know. I honestly don't. We will see. Nice. You got 90s Rogue. That's freaking awesome, dude. That is seriously awesome. Still, my biggest win that I have had from the costume grinder is still the... Well, I've had two that are pretty close. My personal favorite is the Colossus Origins costume. I freaking love that costume. And my second favorite one has got to be the Doctor Strange Fear itself. I really, really like that. I love the staff attachment that he's got with it. It's really cool. Pretty awesome. Still waiting on Path of Exile. Okay. Well, but for sure, what's it called? D3 is on there. Rev, why are you posting random pictures of Dwayne? Nobody needs to see that. Oh. Gotcha. That's true. That is basically as 90s can get. Yeah, 90s Rogue is freaking amazing. I do like that costume. I think right now I've actually got Savage Lands, if memory serves. I don't think I've got the 90s. I do have Storm's 90s costume, but it looks pretty terrible. I'm hoping they may have done a visual update for it. But as of the last time I saw it, it was pretty horrible. But then I've also got her, I think it's the Astonishing costume. I actually got it as a gift, and it's gorgeous. Love that one. And so I'm still curious what all they're going to have on the console release, like the console port, because they said it's going to be incomplete compared to what we have here on PC. So I'm curious to see that and just all sorts of random things like that. Nice. 60s Cyclops. What's 60s Cyclops look like? Which one's that? You'll have to forgive me. I'm really stupid on a lot of the costumes. I only know the ones that I'm vaguely familiar with, which is primarily the 90s stuff. One thing I'm excited about that I forgot to mention is with Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, as DLC, they've got freaking Rocket Raccoon as one of the playable characters. So I'm just kind of like, I get to play as Rocket. So I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Doctor Strange is a hero box. That's a get. That is a get right there. That's solid. I came back here to do something. Oh, right. I wanted to look at some of the stuff. Just essentially to show you guys some of the things I was talking about. So, like, this is the Colossus one, the Colossus Origins. That's absolutely gorgeous. There's the 90s Cyclops. Let's just do the store. It's a little bit easier. Okay, let's take a look here. Not Cable. Where's Cyclops? Is it this one? Yeah. Before he had a six-pack, essentially. Like, seriously, it's basically before he got a six-pack. That's how you know. Don't do Cosmic Trey Trey. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. I wanted to look at the Storm one to see if she had the visual upgrade. That was the other thing I wanted to do. Nope, not yet. So see, this is the one that I'm most familiar with because I remember watching her in the 90s, but it's like it just looks really bad to me personally. I just think it looks weird. Like this one, the Astonishing, this is the one that I'm using right now. It's freaking amazing. Yeah, I would advise against you doing Cosmic. But that's just me. You can talk to Rev and Jukacha. They're the crazy ones who, like, Cosmic Prestige, it's like 13 people or whatever. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Who else? Who else is fun to look at? Let's see. Fantastic. Luke Cage has some pretty bad costumes, too. Or he did. Maybe they got visual updates. Chicago costume. That's not Luke Cage, that is Power Man, sir. I love the business suit Loki. It's so awesome. Okay, I'm done now. That is a very good question, Euronin. I have no idea. I honestly couldn't tell you why. Oh, that's right. We got, what was it? It was the Heartbreaker, right? The Iron Man costume that everybody got for free. Good stuff. I mean, I'm never one to complain about getting stuff for free. Just saying. But yeah, seriously, Trey, this whole cosmic leveling thing is not no. We'll just leave it at that. It's no. Oh shoot. I mean, well, yeah, they would have to redo the voiceovers, but at the same time, they could have gotten it right the first time. Like, seriously. Is it really that difficult to get it right the first time? You know, I'm going through a lot of similar issues with some of my work where it's like somebody screwed up the first time some of this stuff was done, and so now it's being completely abandoned. And I'm really frustrated because now some of my bosses are proposing to effectively abandon a system that they spent years building up. And over the last few months, I spent days at least, maybe about a week or so of like man hours working on tutorial videos for how to use this big system, and now they're like, oh yeah, we're not going to use that anymore. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? You could have told me. Oh god, After Earth. Or freaking have you seen this guy? His name is Keanu Reeves. Him and his accent work, because he was in what's it called, Dracula. Oh my god, you guys, if you haven't seen it, his accent in that is so horrible. I am not by any means any sort of an expert in linguistics or accents or anything at all, but lord, his accent in that movie is horrid. It's awful. Oh, Punisher is pretty fun. I like his ammo thing. I think it's pretty cool. I would say it's unique, but it's not unique anymore. It was unique. And actually, I don't think I've seen After Earth. I saw part of it. Isn't that the one with Will Smith? And like, is it Will Smith's son who plays the son in the movie as well? I honestly don't remember. I know it's not Jaden Smith, Lord of Twitter. Shia LaBeouf is losing his mind. That's true. Shia LaBeouf is losing his mind. He's going like full McConaughey. You don't go full McConaughey. Like, seriously. You don't do that. I mean, this whole thing with like the constant live stream and like all the trolls he's gotten with it. Honestly, it's been pretty hilarious. I think at this point he's probably begging Michael Bay to make more Transformers movies just so that he's able to get some more cash. It was Jaden Smith. Oh, okay. So it was Lord of Twitter. I mean, the nice thing is that doing this leveling in Lower Asgard here is not as bad. It's not great, but it's not as bad. I need to go and pick up some boosts, or at least try to. I heard really bad things about After Earth. Like I said, I don't believe I saw it. If I did see it, I completely and utterly don't remember it. Like, not in the slightest. Incidentally, I'm here at the card vendor, or the shard vendor, so I can get fortune cards. Because this will hopefully allow me to get some boosts, because I'm almost out of shield boosts. It's not a big deal. I mean, not getting the shield boxes is... Ah, dang it. I didn't mean to buy that. Like I was saying, not getting the shield boxes is not horrible. It's not really a horrible thing to not have access to. Okay. I actually got some pretty decent stuff, so I'm happy with it. I don't think I got any epics. Let me see. Oh, I did. The pet Herbie is a Herbie's an epic. It's pretty nifty. The meta-narrative is obviously unintentional. Really? I can't imagine that wouldn't be, like, shoehorned almost. Honestly. Wow. DC MOBA. What is DC MOBA, Trey Trey? Got 3 Herbies in the inventory. That kind of happened to me because when you get the shield boxes, you've got a chance to get pets. And so I kept getting random pets. Most of them were in here. And I was just like, what the fudge? Where did these pets come from? I genuinely had no clue. Part of the thing with the pets, too, is that they wanted to get rid of the exchange thing for... the unique items, so now we can only feed our pets. And again, I think that's going to... It's a better thing for console players, because that way you don't have to worry as much about storage, effectively. What? M. Night Shyamalan. Did I forget an Infinity Orb back there? I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, the movies in general are just ridiculous. Although, I will admit, I want to see Boss Baby. It does look hilarious, and it's Alec Baldwin. Just saying. I am okay with occasional campy ridiculousness. I am not above that. Speaking of shield supplies, I wanted to see that too. That sounded like a really interesting movie, Trey Trey. I didn't get to watch it, but it does look really intriguing. You know, I like movies like that where it's, I mean, it's not really a mockumentary, but at the same time, it's like an entertaining documentary-ish type thing. So like, what's it called? Is it The Social Network? The thing about Facebook? I mean, that was a pretty interesting movie, and like, sure, not all of the facts were entirely correct, and a lot of them were blatantly lied about. But at the same time, it was a pretty entertaining movie, and the high points are there, type of thing. But you know, creative license and whatnot. Don't care. God, seriously. I mean, it's just... I don't know. I wish I could get some better stuff from these. Supposedly, you can get like costumes and heroes from the shield boxes. I've never gotten one, but apparently it's possible. Oh, docudrama. Thank you. Yes, Rev. Thank you. But yeah, like the founder looked really good. I mean, call me a hipster or whatever, but like I'm like I am far too into like indie stuff now, and honestly it kind of scares me because I feel way too hipsterish. But like indie games and indie movies and all this kind of stuff. Says the guy who's played Breath of the Wild for like the last 3 weeks. But either way, you know, more so I've been about independent stuff than I have been in the past. I like to think it's because I'm older and my taste has evolved, but I honestly don't know what it is. It might just be that AAA stuff is just garbage. Infinite Crisis. Interesting. I remember I was reading about some hilarious... It was a Marvel DC comic crossover, and like some of the heroes melded with one another. And I remember they had Hulk bind with Solomon Grundy. It was hilarious. I don't remember the name, but it was like... I want to say it was... Sulk or Shulk or something like that. It was still some relatively short, reasonably catchy title. I don't remember exactly what it was though, but it was just hilarious. That's just the only one I remember. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. Well, and that's what I mean, Rev. We don't see new stuff anywhere else. I mean, obviously doing something new it's a risk. But look at things like Moonlight. You know, I mean, it freaking won the Oscar. And that's definitely an indie movie. And I actually watched Moonlight in the theater before it won an Oscar. Boom! That said, I also watched Moana because it's freaking adorable. So take that, bunch of nerds. Amalgam Universe. That makes sense. I mean, it's kind of a lazy title, but Amalgam makes perfect sense for what they were doing with that particular universe. Either way, I just thought it was hilarious that they did that, and they literally had the heroes combined together. Skulk! That's who it was. Skulk. I told you it was some like clever little short title. Stardew Valley. I can't say I've heard of that. Stardew Valley. I gotta look this up. Wow, it's got really good scores. Holy crap. This looks like Harvest Moon-ish. Is that kind of the feel for it? Because I was a big fan of Harvest Moon. I really enjoyed it. I mean, this thing has some incredible scores. This is ridiculous. This is going straight to my wish list. Oh, after I log in. Oh man, I gotta enter my special access code. God dang it. It was made by one person. That's how a lot of these games are. So like Dust, I did that a while ago too. And Dust is freaking amazing. It was made by one guy. Literally. He did everything for it. So I'm just going back so I can add this game to my wish list real quick. Put this on the stream and punch in the Konami code? What? Rev, what are you trying to do to me? Canada's new bill. That's a pretty fancy looking bill they got there. Unfortunately, I can't input the Konami code because I have no, like, start select. So I can't do the Konami code, unfortunately. I've got your ups and your downs and your left and rights and your A's and B's. But unfortunately, I got no start nor select. I'm sorry, man. I have failed. I have failed you, Rev. I apologize. Let's head back to Lower Asgard. Drown our sorrows with dark elf blood. I mean, that Stardew Valley thing looks pretty awesome. I mean, obviously got amazing reviews. I'll have to like read a little bit more in depth about it to really see what's so interesting and why people like it so much. Because generally games like that, so whether it's Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing or things like that, freaking Farmville for crying out loud, it's like there tends to be like a soupçon, like that little extra special something or other. And I'm curious what it is for Stardew Valley. Now, like, I'm just saying, I have the original Animal Crossing game with my original GameCube memory card because I'm that big of a nerd. And I literally used to play that game every single day. Because you had to go around and pick the weeds, and then you had to go and try to catch the coelacanth, because that's how you got like all the money.
I'm afraid that's beyond my capabilities.
And it was hilarious making the little mole dude yell at you because you reset the game and you're not supposed to. Well, I always laughed. He was not happy about it. But he's in Super Smash Brothers now, so why does he care? Although the villager is too. Like, seriously, we have the Animal Crossing villager in Super Smash Brothers. How does that make any semblance of sense? It's fun. I mean, that's good. And certainly I would think it would be fun because, like, seriously, it got practically perfect scores across the board. It's really impressive. How does Bayonetta make any sense? Point taken. Point taken. I played Bayonetta. That was when I actually played Bayonetta when I had GameFly. That's how I played it. I didn't buy it or rent it. I mean, well, I GameFlyed it. It was a pretty interesting game. It was on the slightly weird side, definitely unusual, but thought it was pretty fun at least. I enjoyed it. But you're absolutely right. It made no sense. And I also played Bayonetta 2 as well, for those of you curious. There's an 8-bit Bayonetta on Steam? What? That is ridiculous. Remember, kids, when you're leveling, you just want to find all these spawn groups and just take them down as quickly as possible. And also all of the downed good guys that you can find. That's pretty interesting. I'll have to take a look at that. Not sure if I'll ever play it, but sounds pretty interesting. Definitely have a little bit more interest in the Stardew Valley thing, though. That looks like it's a blast. Well, I mean, maybe it doesn't look like it's a blast, but certainly it looks like it's a good game, seeing as how it got incredible glowing reviews across the board from, like, everybody. I'll have to read some of the reviews from, like, the big review people. And seriously, where is our Kelsey Grammer enhanced beast costume? Where is it? We've been waiting. I'm just saying. I think we'll do this, and then we'll do one more round here in, what's it called, in Lower Asgard. And I think that'll be it for me. I got to get going because I've got to eat. Again, I'm doing one of two things. I'm either going to be working or eating. And actually, in this case, I'll be doing both because my bosses emailed me a little while ago. So I've got some stuff I need to get finished for them. Oh, nice! You got ukulele. We were talking about ukulele the other day, Trey, or is it? Yeah, Trey. I'm still excited to install it. I know Jim Sterling really didn't like it. He panned it pretty bad, but I am still looking forward to playing it. I'm gonna be going in with nostalgia glasses galore, but if it gives me that little bit of nostalgia, then I would be happy. I'm worried that it's essentially gonna try too hard to get the magic. But just looking at like the manual is pretty hilarious, you guys. It really is. I like it. So I think that I'll at least enjoy it. I'm still waiting. It's not letting me install it. Like, it said I purchased it, but I mean, it's like technically it releases tomorrow. But like, it's not the there. See, now I can preload. And it's nice because they've got the patch to help with the camera issues. I messed around in like the toy box thing, which was really fun. I mean, it was a good time. I enjoyed messing around with it. I really, really did. But either way, I'm still looking forward to trying it. I backed it on Kickstarter. I even got a shirt. It's not here yet. Rev, is that you posting this GIF? What? God, I gotta watch that movie. Oh God, I love that movie. It's such a classic. Rick the Big? He clearly didn't think too much about his nickname. Yeah, I'm waiting for all of the updates to tell me when I'm getting my shirt. I don't care if the game isn't great and it doesn't meet all my expectations. I'm excited because I'm going to have a fun game shirt. Because I don't have any official game t-shirts. I have it on... I've got like unofficial game shirts and stuff, but nothing that's from actual companies. Sound the battle cry. Oh my God, you guys. Cosmic Leveling is the grindiest grind that ever ground. Like, seriously. I mean, I used to play the biggest MMOs, so I know me some grinding. But sweet zombie frijoles, this is something else. And like I mentioned, after we do one more round of going through Malekith and everything, we'll do that. I have like official clothing, like I have official socks of various sorts and stuff like that. Like I have licensed clothes, but I don't have licensed shirts. I've got like independent shirts that are, you know, like derivative art type of thing. But I don't have anything official. Dungeon Fighter Online I've heard pretty good things about. Never played. Oh God. I don't know. I think my save might actually still be active because I've got a really, really amazing Final Fantasy VII save. I don't know if I think everybody was 99. I don't know if I had everybody with full Knights of Round. I know I had all the master materia mastered, but I don't remember if I had full Knights of Round. But yeah, like I had all the good stuff. I had Ruby beat, I had Emerald beat, I had all of the side quests, I had Vincent, because he's, you know, a character you don't have to get. I had all of the ultimate weapons, I had every single, what are they called in that? Limit break, I believe is the term for like the ultimate attacks in Final Fantasy VII. But yeah, I had everything. I played the crap out of that game. Hey, look, it's Marathon. Awesome. Holla at you, Marathon. You came just in time to see me finish up. Yay! A beaten up MMO that works. Interesting. You have a perfect Final Fantasy VII save. Well, look at you, fancy. I know that there's, like, if you go to GameFAQs and a bunch of other websites, you can actually download saves from old PS1 and PS2 games. And I remember Final Fantasy VII was one of the most popular ones, having it, like, fully complete and, like, the perfect thing. I never used any of that. I got my stuff legit, yo. Oh, not to mention, I had, like, all the golden chocobos. Oh, my God, chocobo breeding. Oh, I miss it. I miss chocobo breeding. Oh, let me see, because, oh, you had to get... You had to get, like, a great and a wonderful, which would get you a river chocobo. And then you had to get a mountain chocobo, which got you something. How did you get the freaking mountain chocobo? And then if you had the river and the mountain chocobo, then you bred them together and you got a gold chocobo. Maybe it was like a river with a wonderful got you a mountain or something. I don't remember. But there's like a specific breeding scheme you do with the chocobos. Because you got to get you some gold chocobos, yo. Street of Rage, but MMO. Nice. Street of Rage, I think I played once or twice. I don't remember it too well. No cheats. Nice, Rev. Well, yeah, I mean, the whole point of the gold chocobo is that you literally go everywhere. And, I mean, you can't get... Well, I mean... I guess technically you can get to Knights of Round with the airship if you kind of clip a little bit with the airship and how you land on that little baby island. But really, you need a gold chocobo to get out there. Oh, God. Auto-mimic Knights of the Round? Boom. Yeah. I mean, that's how you beat Emerald. That's like the strategy to beat Emerald. That's what you do. That is what you do. Starbreak. Two Claw. Hi there. Haven't seen you before. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the mention of, what was it? Starbreak. But like you said, with that, it's going to have to be it for me, you guys. Unfortunately, Danny is very hungry and got emails from all the boss people. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the chat. It was great to wander down memory lane a little bit with you guys. You know I love doing that. And particularly with Final Fantasy, because I am a big Final Fantasy fan. And now I kind of feel that I got to go and I got to play some FF7 just a little bit. But either way, I will see you all later. I'm probably going to send out a poll for what I will play on Saturday. And I think I'm going to be putting Yooka-Laylee on the list because I really want to see how it goes. I'll hopefully get a chance to play it through the week and maybe stream it if you guys want. But either way, take care. Thank you so much. When I'm not in the depths of valleys of cosmic leveling, I'll be playing some other stuff. But everybody take care. Have a great week. Hope that you had wonderful weekends. And either way, I hope to see you all on Saturday, regardless of what it is I'm playing.